Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to customize this car. It is a Hotwheels BigAir Bel-air. First of all, let me show you my version of this car that I did a few years ago. As you see, the base was heavily modified. I've moved the exhaust pipes from the front all the way to the back, and I've also added this spare tire at the back and detailed the engine. I really like this custom car. It was based on a Chevy Gasser. Another car I've customized a few years ago, way back and way before Mattel released their BigAir Bel-air, is this one, another Chevy Gasser. I've sold many of these to a guy from USA with different colors and variations, but with suspension, and that is because he really likes them. So here is another one, highly detailed. And now let's head over to the subject of today, which is this BigAir Bel-air. I really like this casting. It really reminds me my cars. So I'm going to customize this one, but first of all, let me show you this Renault that I found at our local flea market. It is in a fairly good condition. At this point I'm not too sure what I will do with it, but I will probably restore it in one way or another. And here you can see a reminder of something that I've made. It is this rally version of this same car. The car that I found is in a good condition, the windshield is not broken, and I will probably do something with it in the near future. Back to our little BigAir Bel-air. I've removed the base from this car, and now I'm going to fill the rims with this epoxy. I'm going to create steely wheels for this car because I really don't like this star-shaped rim. After filling these rims with epoxy, I will wait a few hours until they will cure up properly, and then I will be able to trim them and shape them with my Dremel tool. For some reason Mattel chose not to detail their exhaust pipe, so I'm adding a little bit of my own touch to each one of them, and I'm also removing the light bar at the front. I suppose I don't need them because I want to have a different style for the front, and there are also lights on the roof, so I don't need these on the front. Now, since this car is going to be rusty and old, using my acrylic paints is natural because they leave this matte finish all around, and also they are drying quickly, and they are very easy to work with whenever you want to add some rust effects. This car will look way different than the original version of Mattel's release, It will have mismatching panels like this door. It will have rust effects, and it is not going to be clean in any way. The entire front end is going to be rusty as well, so I'm starting with orange as a base color. The roof and this door is going to be with the same off-white. After I finish painting the first coat, I will add my rust effects. Oh, and one important note, you can see that I've removed the original paint, but not entirely, and that is because I want to create an uneven surface for this car. I think that it will look better than just removing the paint and giving the car's body a smooth finish. And here's a nice trick how you can add your rust effects for your car. It is just by dipping an old foam or sponge inside brown. Then you will have to add another shades of brown to give the rust the real looks. For the doors, I'm using a thin brush, you can see here. I'm moving around the gaps of each one of the doors, and you cannot use your sponge here because it will be too thick and you cannot control the final outcome of each one of the spots you want to highlight. Now for the next step, I'm going to use light orange. It will surround each one of the darker brown spots I've added previously. I don't want this paint to be thick, so I've added a little bit of tap water to the mix. Now, since this car is traveling through dirt, I'm going to add a little bit of dirt effect to each one of the tires by dipping my brush inside an off-white acrylic paint. You can also use brown for mud or even gray. It all depends on the type of soil that this car is traveling through. After I finish detailing the body, it is time to paint the interior part here. I will not forget to paint the spare tire as well as the dashboard. I want the dashboard to be matching color with the body, since as you know the dashboards at this era were exposed metal. Now let's have a look at the finished car. As you see, I've added some racing numbers on each one of the doors, and I've also detailed the headlights and the lights on the roof. And here's the top view of my car. If you wish to protect your car better, You can use matte clear coat after you finish painting your car with acrylic, as same as I did here. Another nice touch for this car was adding this white wall tire. It is very random since I wanted the car to have the looks as if it was assembled from different spare parts. And here's a different angle. You can see the mismatching door and also the painted bumpers front and back. I've chosen white for that, and I've also added some rust effects on them too. I've also detailed the shocks front and back, and also the spare gas tank at the back. Well, I think this car turned out to be very nice. And at this point I want to say thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next one. So please take care of yourselves, and bye bye.